Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and for everyone that is holding either Ethereum or Cardano, this is the video for you, because right now the Ethereum price is currently testing very important support, and if we break below that support, that could be leading into Wyckoff Distribution. I'll be covering that in this video in just a moment, alongside my next Ethereum price targets and my Ethereum strategy. I'll also be going over a brand new pattern that is forming in the Cardano chart right now, and on top of all of that, I'll quickly cover the funding rates for both Ethereum and Cardano, which are actually really important to pay attention to for all Ethereum holders and Cardano holders out there. So once again, definitely make sure you're watching this video all the way to the end so that you're not missing out on any of this important information. And if that sounds good to you, just before we jump into it, make sure to leave a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so that you're not missing out on any of these future videos. I post these updates every day on the channel. So if you could just spend a couple seconds out of your day to click like and subscribe down below. It's completely for free to do that, and it helps out the channel so much. I really do appreciate all of the support. But with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Ethereum to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame, and right now we are coming into this important support for Ethereum, as I was just talking about, and also as I've been talking about over the past couple of days on this channel. Now previously I had this range of support ranging from 3,000 down to 2,800, and since then I have updated this range from 3,000 to 2,900. So I've made this, a smaller range to pay attention to, and it still works the same. Once again, it's just leaving out that 2.8k level, because as you can see here, we did actually find support at around 2.9k. We also found support at around 3,000 just here. We are currently finding support at this price range as well. And zooming all the way out to the daily time frame, we've also found a huge resistance along this exact price range previously over the past couple months. So this is definitely something to pay attention to for all Ethereum holders out there, because if we start breaking well below 2.9k with confirmation, so if we see a major spike in volume, or more importantly, if we can get a retest of that sort of level just there to confirm a break to the downside, then once again, that would mean that, some lower price targets would come into play. And on the 4-hour time frame here, we are still in this downtrend for the Ethereum RSI and also the MACD. As you can see just here, we have not seen any signs of a bottom just yet. So that's why it is quite important that Ethereum holds these levels in the short term, because of course, if we hold these levels, and more importantly, if we start to see a little bit of a bounce here, that will actually pull these other indicators to the upside and start confirming a short-term bottom here. Now, when you're zooming all the way into the 2-hour time frame, as you can see just here, we've seen a small little bullish divergence in the 2-hour chart for Ethereum. If you're paying attention to the candle closes, that is, as you can see, we've seen a low and a lower low in the Ethereum price, but in the RSI, we've seen a low and a higher low. So that is a bullish divergence. And what it basically means is just in the immediate short term, the sellers are losing steam. So the bears are losing a bit of momentum just in the immediate short term once again. So this is basically suggesting, a sideways consolidation, if not slight bounce to the upside, potentially over the next 1 to 2 days. And now this can actually help form a market bottom, but usually all these bullish divergences mean is just we're going to see reduced selling pressure in the short term. But after this plays out over the next 1 to 2 days, we could still be in for some lower price targets for Ethereum, because technically speaking, in the short term here on the 4-hour time frame, for example, we are in a short-term downtrend for the Ethereum price. We have actually seen a couple lower lows here already in the Ethereum price, and we've already seen some lower highs in the Ethereum price on the 4-hour time frame once again, which is telling us that we are in just a short-term downtrend. And once again, I was letting you guys know about this short-term cool off here, this short-term bearish price action, before it actually happened on this YouTube channel. When Ethereum was up towards around 3.3k at these highs just here, I was letting you guys know all the way up here that it's actually very likely we're going to see a short-term cool off. It's very likely that the price is going to head to the downside just in the short term, due to the fact that these indicators were actually already starting downtrends before the price started a downtrend. So I was actually able to use these indicators to predict a downtrend in the price just in the short term. So once again, congratulations to all of my subscribers out there that have been subscribed for around a week now, because so far, if you entered short positions, for example, you would be in profits, or if you were actually using this as a buying opportunity, so far this has been a nice little buying opportunity. For any of you that did watch my previous videos around a week ago and took profit profits at these higher prices. Now, just before I get into my Ethereum strategy and some brand new Ethereum patterns that are forming on the chart right now, I'll quickly update you guys on our team in the World Series of Trading. As you can see just here, we've actually now got 8 members in our team, and we only need to reach 10 members in our team to actually be eligible for the World Series of Trading. And for those of you that are new to the channel that don't know what the World Series of Trading actually is, it's basically like the Olympics for Bitcoin and Ethereum trading. So for any of you that are watching that have a bit of experience now in these markets, and especially for those of you that are already trading anyway, it's definitely worth at least checking this out, because as you can see just here, there's actually a total prize pool of $6 million US. And if our team places within the top 10 teams in this event, everyone in our team actually gets a share of that $6 million prize pool. And on this page just here, you can actually go down and see exactly how this prize money is split up. As you can see just here, first place gets $2.1 million, and all of these other prizes are listed after that. And by the way, you'll find a link to this exact page in the description down below. In fact, that first link in the description will take you to this exact page once again, where you can basically just click the join button here. You'll see a join button, and just by joining our team within the next 24 hours, you can actually get a $70 bonus simply just by joining our team within the next 24 hours. That is only a bonus that is eligible within the next 1 day if you join our team. Link in the description down below. But yeah, switching back to the Ethereum to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame, as you can see just here, this movement that we saw to the upside just here, and then this recent break to the downside, that can also be seen as Wyckoff Distribution. As you can see just here, these Wyckoff schematics actually come from Richard Wyckoff himself. He was an early 20th century pioneer in the technical approach to studying the stock market, and he was actually considered one of the 5 titans of technical analysis alongside Dow, Gann, Elliott, and Merrill. So a lot of you that are into finance anyway, I'm sure you'll know some of those names just there, like the Dow Jones, for example, and Elliott waves. But yeah, so Wyckoff actually developed some accumulation schematics and some distribution schematics. The distribution schematics being bearish patterns. And now taking a look at the distribution schematic number 1. This is the schematic that looks most similar to the Ethereum chart on the 4-hour time frame right now. Now, historically speaking, these are meant to be used on the daily time frame, but they can be used on some other time frames. They're just not as accurate on other time frames, that's all. But yeah, as you can see on phase A, we have this move to the upside into a buying climax, and that is actually determined by this move just here. As you can see, we got this move to the upside and then an initial buying climax where we did actually see a decent move to the downside. And then what we see is that automatic reaction to the downside, as I just talked about, and then we have a secondary test to the upside before we start finding support in this range just here and another test to the upside. So as you can see just here, that is the automatic reaction to the downside, and then the secondary test to the upside, as you can see, just similar to the buying climax. And then we push a little bit higher to actually form this second high just here, and then we come back down to form another low similar to the first low. And then after we see the up thrust just here, we actually have the up thrust after distribution, which is followed by a few different tests here on the chart, as you can see just here. So that is exactly determined by this move just here. We had the up thrust after distribution just here, and once again, that came after the initial up thrust in the middle of the Wyckoff distribution. And then after that final high just there, we actually had a couple secondary tests before a continuation to the downside. And once again, that is actually playing out very, very similar to this Wyckoff distribution schematic number 1. And this is essentially suggesting that we could be in phase D right now, which is basically just testing these previous areas of support within this pattern. So that's obviously where we are right now. We are testing these previous levels of support. And as I was just talking about earlier in the video, if we start breaking below 2.9K, then that is when we could start entering into phase E, which is essentially just a downtrend in the short term at least. And if we do enter a short-term downtrend, that is where we need to pay attention to our Fibonacci retracement tool. So right here, we actually have our first initial Fibonacci level coming in at just above 2.9K. That is the 23.6% Fibonacci level. So that is providing immediate support once again. But if we break below that level, we have the 38.2% Fibonacci level coming in at around 2.7K. And then we have the 50% level coming in at around $2,500 US, which is also coming in confluence with previous levels of support. And anything below that level just there, anything below 2,500, we have the 61.8% Fibonacci level, one of the most important Fibonacci levels, coming in at around 3.3K. So those are the major areas of support that I would be paying attention to if, of course, we break 2.9K at first. So that is why I've said that this, is a warning to Ethereum investors in case we do start breaking below 2.9K. We could be in for some lower price targets over the next few days, potentially over the next couple weeks. It it really all just depends on right now whether we hold or break this exact level. But even if we do break lower, I myself, at least I will be accumulating even more Ethereum at those lower price targets. I'll be taking advantage of that great buying opportunity, and all of that Ethereum that I do accumulate, I'll be holding that for the much longer term. Now quickly checking out the Cardano to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame. As you can see just here, we are currently forming a brand new pattern. And now just before I get into that brand new pattern, so far anyone that did actually listen to me on my last Cardano video, where I basically just said that a retest towards $1.90 would be a great little buying opportunity if we hold that level, anyone that did actually take that buying opportunity as I did, right now you would be in profits by around 10%. And in fact, I've been talking about that $1.90 level for quite a while. In fact, for a few months now on the channel, even before we found support just there, and even before we found exact resistance just here. So that is still a very important level that I'm paying attention to, an important level of support, obviously. But yeah, getting into the brand new pattern for Cardano just here on the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, we are potentially forming a head and shoulders pattern on the 4-hour time frame. Now, this pattern is not confirmed just yet. I want to make that clear. We are currently forming this pattern, but it is not confirmed. So as you can see, we have seen the left shoulder, we've seen the head, and right now we are currently forming the right shoulder to complete the head and shoulders pattern. Now, for this to actually confirm, we need the price to come back down towards this neckline just here at around $2. It's pretty much at exactly $2. And then if we start breaking below $2, and more importantly, if we break below $1.90, this previous low just here with confirmation, so I'm talking a major spike in volume, or if we can see a retest of one of those levels just like that, then that would help confirm the breakout to the downside. And if this price target does end up completing and confirming to the downside, which once again we have not seen yet, but if we do see that confirmation of the break to the downside, then the technical price target for this head and shoulders pattern is actually coming in at around $1.60 approximately. So from the point of the breakout just there to that price target, that is around an 18% move to the downside, which would actually make for an amazing buying opportunity. And also, if the Cardano price does end up coming down towards this neckline just here, even if we don't initially break that neckline just there, that would actually confirm this high as a lower high compared to the previous high, obviously, which in that case would also be another small bearish sign in the Cardano chart. Now, once again, this is all talking about the short term. In the much longer term, I'm still really bullish on Cardano. Cardano's fundamentals are only getting stronger and stronger as time goes on. And soon enough, we're going to have smart contracts being implemented onto Cardano. So once again, in the long term, I'm still super bullish. I'm just letting you guys know that a potential buying opportunity could be on the way, but mainly if we break below this exact level first. That is a level to pay attention to. And quickly checking out the Cardano to Bitcoin chart here on the 4-hour time frame. So the same time frame, but we're just once again looking at Cardano valued against Bitcoin instead of valued against the US dollar. And right now we have seen some higher highs in the price just here for Cardano, but we've actually seen lower highs in the RSI on this 4-hour time frame once again. So that is actually a bearish divergence, and what it basically means is just in the short term, it is unlikely that we're going to continue to head to the upside, and it's simply more likely just in the short term that we're going to see some sideways price action, if not slightly to the downside, because once again, a bearish divergence basically just means that the bulls are losing momentum. We are losing this upwards momentum, and so I would not be surprised if we do see a little bit of a move to the downside or even just a sideways consolidation. And once again, this is only in the short term, and this could lead into another great buying opportunity coming soon. And also taking a quick look at the funding rates right here for both Ethereum and Cardano. The Ethereum funding rates are looking very positive right now, showing that the majority out there are betting on the price going to the upside. And usually when the majority are all betting on the price going to the upside, it actually heads to the downside. And same with Cardano. As you can see just here, down here where my mouse is, the Cardano funding rates are also looking really positive. They are in the red zone, which once again, that means that the majority of people out there are very bullish on Cardano right now. The majority of people are betting on the price going to the upside, with all of these people opening long positions. That buying power of those long positions have already been used, because of course, when you're opening a long position, you are immediately using that buying power. But then if you're wanting to close that position, you have to sell the asset that you are in a long position with. So for example, if you're in a long position on Ethereum, you have to sell Ethereum to close that position. So right now, considering the fact that the funding rates are actually really positive, showing us that the majority of people are in long positions, this is basically selling pressure that is waiting to happen. So just keep that in mind as well. You know, this doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to see a massive crash. Like, this doesn't guarantee anything. It is simply just another bearish sign on the chart. And I basically just show you guys the facts and the evidence. If things are looking bearish, I'll let you guys know. If things are looking bullish, I'll let you guys know. Once again, when Ethereum Ethereum was all the way down at around 1700 US dollars, I was actually flipping really bullish on the Ethereum price, letting you guys know that I was buying heavy into Ethereum, and the majority of people out there at that time were extremely bearish considering the trend that we were just in. But usually when the majority of people are bearish, that is a sign to be bullish. It is a sign to be a contrarian when the majority of people are going one way. And right now, the evidence shows that the majority of people are still really bullish in the short term, which usually means that we are due for a little bit of a continued move to the downside. And also, if you want to get these extra trade signals and all of these extra updates, these extra price targets, all of that sort of stuff throughout the day. So basically, if you want to stay up to date in these markets at all times, definitely make sure you're checking out my Twitter because I post all of that information throughout the day. And of course, it is completely free and you'll find a link to my Twitter in the description down below. And don't forget to join our team in the World Series of Trading. Once again, that will be the first link in the description if you want a share in 6 million US dollars. But anyway, that's just about everything I have to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on for more videos like this one. I seriously do appreciate all of the support in the channel at the moment. I can't thank you guys enough. But anyway, that's really everything I have to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.